Hi guys, and welcome to Matt Bayeski YouTube channel. Welcome to Laurel Canyon, here for another few days before I leave, but some exciting news has just happened. After so long, I'm really pleased to announce that I've just launched my little ebook. It's called From My Heart to Yours. I'll tell you a little bit about it, shall I? But what I'll do under this link is I'll give you an example of the book. One of my, well, they're all favourites. They're not quotes, they're channeled messages, really. And if you read under here on the bio, you'll see one of their pages. So basically, 15 years ago, I started what was called receiving. It was like a download, an input of information. Lots of things were happening, and many of you already know what that is because you've probably already experienced it if you've started the spiritual path. And it's happened to many people. Many people writing books. Hicks, who else? A Course in Miracles, and so on. So many people. Some people call it channeling, download, connection to the spirit world, what have you. It doesn't matter. It's all an awakening, and I believe it's all there. So what happens is when you awaken your spiritual awareness, you connect, and as soon as you connect, you get a download of the information which I've tried to tell you all the time. It's around you all the time, it's there all the time. That's why somebody will have a great idea in one part of the world, and then the other part of the world somebody will pick up the same idea, and it happens often. It's really quite amazing when you think about the power of the universe and this source energy that you can tune into. Well, 15 years ago, I had no understanding of any of this stuff, and I thought it was all crazy until I stepped into a circle with a lot of Danish people, and I started to practice the art of meditation. And through the art of meditation allowed me to open up, to let go of my fears, worries, and just be at peace for a moment, which I never had prior to that. I was too busy in the head thinking. And soon as you find this inner peace, it is like a doorway opening on the top of your head, and then you download information which are amazing ideas. That's why a lot of the ideas that you get just come to you, and it's normally, if you think about it, they come to you at the time when you're not actually thinking. When you have the download, then you start to think about what's just happened. But to get that download, you need to be in a place of stillness and peace, or what I call the alpha mode. So if you've ever driven a car and you're going from A to B and you all of a sudden go, my God, how did I just get here? Jesus, that's alpha mode. And a lot of the times, some of the most amazing thoughts and feelings come when you're driving, because you go into automatic pilot, and that's where you're in your peace. That's why you meditate, or where gardening, or wherever it is where you find your peace. So 15 years ago, going back to that, I started to channel. I call it channeling this information, and I'd walk my Daisy and Dennis, my little doggies, on the streets after I'd done my healings and my psychic reads, and I'd walk along, and all of a sudden I'd stop and have this overwhelming feeling to write something down which made sense. So I started writing these thoughts down, and for many years I wrote them in my phone. I put them in my phone, or I'd switch the microphone on and say those words. And every day for the past 15 years, I've shared those messages with thousands and thousands, if not millions of people, and they have helped people so much along their journey, as well as they've helped me. You see, the channeling that I received was ultimately for me, but it was also for everybody else, because I am you. We are brothers and sisters. We are one. So anything that I receive is for everybody else. That's how I saw it. And many a market guru, IT people who wanted to help me said, "Oh, you should do this. You shouldn't tell people. You should keep." And I'd say, "But I'm sharing it. It's for everybody else." "Oh no, you should do this. You should." No, mate. Let's just get it out there. So basically what I did was every day on social media, on my websites, everywhere I went, I would share these daily messages of inspiration. And eventually I brought out a little book called Hold That Thought, and it was a little pocket book with little tiny messages which were quite inspirational, and that book did really well. We've sold thousands of copies and people have that book in their bag, and they send me messages. I've always kept this book with me. So I decided to make one slightly different, because this is a bigger version than a little pocket book, because there's a lot more words, there's a lot more information, and when you go to the bio of this, you'll read it, and hopefully you will be inspired by what you read and think, this is a good book, this is a good ebook. So basically what I do is every morning is I take this little ebook, which is called From My Heart to Yours, and I close my eyes and I click on it and then scroll, and then I stop and then put my finger on where I've stopped, and then I will instantly paste that, copy and paste it, and put it all over social media every morning. So what I decided to do was take the very most profound messages today, this week, this month, and put them in this ebook. So it's done. It's done. I've put it out there, and I hope you enjoy it, guys, as much as Hold That Thought, and I hope you enjoy it as much as the Diary of an Accidental Psychic. They've helped me, so I am totally comfortable with putting it out there, because I know it helps me every day and it helps thousands of people, and it is a beautiful way to start your day. So I hope you like it. I think it's a very, very beautiful ebook, and it's great to download and keep with you, and every morning scroll through, close your eyes, and then stop and then read your message. Or another good one which I really like to do, have you ever been on social media, or have you ever looked at the time and it says 555 or 1111? Well, what I do with that, whenever I see that, I either look at the first part, which is 11, or I take both parts, which is 1111, and convert it into 22, and then go to my book and scroll down to page 22 and read my message. If I'm ever out in public and I see a number, like a door number or something that speaks out to me, I'm not looking for it, it just presents itself. Or if I'm looking at a book and there's a number that kicks in, I'll then go straight to From My Heart to Yours and scroll down and read it, and you will be so surprised how relevant your message is. Now, this isn't just a book, an ebook, it's something far more than that, because when you start to attune to this kind of energy, it makes you more aware, one. Secondly, it helps you attune to your higher self, two. And three, it helps you balance your energy and clear the fear of day to day, because what you're doing is you're inputting more positivity, you're inputting more of the natural flow, the energy that is around us, which is pure, rather than focusing on the negative, who's bombing who's shouting at who's judging who. So it's a bit like eating food. It's a bit like what you put inside your body. The more healthy things you put in your body, inside your mouth, the less bad things you're putting inside your mouth, right? Because that makes sense. Well, that's exactly the same as what I try and share with all my clients. Digest the positive in your energy, within your mind, within your eyes. Let the goodness around you and all the wonderful things start to digest and enter into your very being. And then the less negativity you see, the less issues become issues because you're not focused on them. So I guess this book is kind of like a message today to you to say, you know what, if you want to live in happiness, this little book is a good start. So I want to say cheers to you all. I hope you love it as much as I love it. I hope you're all doing well and fine. I think tomorrow I'll start again with some nice little talks, and we'll talk about some crystals. There is one thing I'd like to talk about. A lady discussed about her moldavite, and that she keeps losing it. It keeps falling off. It keeps, whenever she ties it tight, it keeps just falling off and things like that. It's an interesting topic, and I want to share what I believe that is with you guys, okay? And we'll talk about that tomorrow. So from my heart to yours, I hope you enjoy the ebook, guys. I really do. Thank you for trusting and always being here. And thanks for subscribing, guys. From a beautiful Laurel Canyon, everybody's busy at work. The squirrels are all over. The birds are flying around, and it's a beautiful day. I hope you have a most beautiful day. I mean that. Like my top again? Yay! Somebody likes yoga. Bye, guys.